became my passion in life. And you know, growing up, I knew I wanted to be a professional dancer, so I worked so hard at it. But in high school, I knew that in high school I got involved in a really bad crowd. So I started to do things that I knew I definitely shouldn't be doing. And you know, I was skipping dance class. When I went to dance class, I was slacking. And you know, I was letting my life's dream begin to fall apart. And so my parents found out what I was doing, and they grounded me for an entire month, which seemed like an eternity to me. But you know, in that month, I really realized how stupid I was being for making such bad decisions. And in that month, I decided to change my life, and gosh, so nervous, you guys. Sorry. But in that month, I decided to change my life, and here I am today, and I'm a beach girl, and I'm so excited to be here, and yeah, I love you guys.
So there was this girl I knew at school, and she wasn't like all the other girls. She was a tomboy. She was bullied at school, made fun of, teased, because she wasn't like all the other girls. She didn't wear makeup, she wasn't into shopping, sleepovers, and parties on the weekend. High school wasn't always easy for her, but however, she was determined to accomplish exactly what she's doing right now. I'm so grateful that I never changed who I was for anybody, because that girl was me. And when you know who you are and what you want to do, don't change yourself for anybody.
I come from a traditional Filipino family. Okay, so it's like really strict, and career choices are so important that I felt like the value of my worth was going to be based off of the title of my job. And my parents just wanted what was best for me, and they wanted me to be like a lawyer or a doctor because it's more sure, and the life of an entertainer was just too big of a risk. So when I went to college, I double majored in dance and in business, claiming one for me, one for Dad, until I realized I can't live two people's dreams at once. So I decided to live my dreams, no matter what, despite the pressure from my family. Thanks, guys. So 3 years later, my dad passed away. And that meant that I had to bury him along with his dreams for me, and that was not easy. So I tried to reignite his dream and live the way that he wanted for me, but it just did not work. So, as hard as it was, I realized something so important, that you can't live your life to make someone else happy. So here I am today, on my own path, living my dream, and I'm so happy to be here.
Growing up, I had two of the most supportive parents. I knew at a very young age that I wanted to be an entertainer, and they did everything they possibly could to help me achieve that dream. All I ever thought about was performing. It was my entire life. Until I turned 16 and everything changed. My mom got really sick, and shortly after that, so did my dad. Overnight, I had to take on the role of parenting my parents, and it was really hard and seemed incredibly unfair at the time. I felt like there was no room for my dreams anymore. Until one day, I made a decision. I had to stop feeling sorry for myself and start believing in myself, even if it meant doing it alone. I realized no matter what my situation is, my dreams are reachable, and nobody can get in the way of your dreams but yourself. So I'm here today because I truly believe in that dream I had when I was a little girl. I'm here today because one step at a time, I'm making my dreams come true.
When I was 14, I had a
a life-changing event. I was signed to a major record deal, and it was supposed to change my life forever. All of a sudden, I was living the life of a celebrity. I released an album, I went on tour, and I was probably one of the happiest girls that you could meet. Unfortunately, things didn't quite work out the way I planned. I went from being an opening act for a really huge major recording artist to performing at malls with no audience. Not woo. Suddenly, everything I had worked so hard for just disappeared. And I started to lose myself, and I just could not put myself back out there. So for 5 years, I redirected all my energy into jobs that had nothing to do with music and could never make me happy. But after a lot of soul searching, I realized that music is a part of my soul, and that's not something that can just be turned off. So from this, I learned that even though the road may be a little bit rocky and you might have some ups and downs, anything can happen, even if it takes a few tries.